this is my story of being gay bashed. Basically, I was walking home after going to dinner and then having a drink at a couple bars on Thursday night, August the 11th. And contrary to how I normally would walk home, drunkenly blitzed and taking photos and recording videos and stupid shit like that. I was simply texting, no earphones on, nothing like that. Spent 10 years in Baltimore, Baltimore City, Maryland. I grew up in PG County, Maryland. Pretty familiar with, dangerous areas. So I had considered myself a good judge of threats. And what I failed to factor in is the fact that some people just want to beat you for the sake of beating you. So, yeah, never really dawned on me that as I turned the corner from First Street onto Bates, where I live on Bates Street Northwest in Washington, D.C., it never dawned on me that the two guys, African American males, late teens, early 20s, one wearing a dark baseball cap and a kind of light navy blue polo shirt, never dawned on me that they could be dangerous. Never even entered my consciousness that this was a potential threat. And as we passed shoulders, the dude in the hat grabbed my arm and swung me around and then just started pummeling me in my face. And of course, being the idiot that I am, my first reaction is to start screaming, "Are you kidding? Are you really beating me in the face right now?" And that's probably why my face got so extra fucked up, because I didn't just shut up and get beat. I questioned the authenticity of it. So, PG County fail. Anyway, as they beat me and just kept screaming faggot at me, the other dude that was with the dude that was beating me didn't do anything, didn't say anything. But then he started to make a go at my backpack, and my backpack is a pretty awesome rainbow backpack, pink, blue, and yellow, which I have only found at Kohl's department stores, and which I actually got on a visit to see my niece and nephew. So it had some type of sentimental value, and I was not going to let that go. So I repelled back and landed on my back. They kicked my knee, a couple kicks on the leg, and ended up grabbing my iPhone, because I was texting, is in my hand. And then, thankfully, a homeless man named Pierre, who lives in the alleyway about 7 houses down, I believe, on my block, came out and startled them, and they ran away. Which I was totally grateful for, because I don't know, obviously in hindsight, allowing yourself to be on the ground underneath two, attackers is not the smartest thing. But yeah, thankfully he showed up, and he helped me up, and I was super grateful, and bleeding everywhere. And I was super grateful, and I said thank you for saving my life. And of course, again, in typical Sean fashion, I rather than run home or scream for the police, I go in my bag and pull out a bloody $20 bill to tip him for saving my life and say thank you. Now, mind you, I had $40 on me, but you don't give everything. You don't show your whole hand. So I tipped him $20, and he was very kind enough. He ended up following me home, and I got home and pulled my keys out and threw myself, into the entranceway, and just screamed for my roommate Vicky to call the cops, and proceeded to bleed everywhere, and got up to the bathroom finally after dripping blood everywhere, and Vicky called the cops, and I'm bleeding everywhere in the bathroom. And as I'm bleeding, I just keep screaming at Vicky, "I'm so sorry. I'll clean this up. I will clean this up." Because again, not quite thinking the most logical as I should. And cops came, ambulance came, gave my description of what I could remember to the cops, and ambulance was trying to, we need to take you to the hospital. I was like, I don't think I really need to go to the hospital. And they were like, have you seen yourself? Now, mind you, through all this, as soon as I opened the door, I immediately had Vicky start taking pictures because I figured I want evidence. Because I'm sorry, if you gonna beat me, I'm pressing charges. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if the police don't think it's valid. I am pressing charges, and if you don't let me press charges, I'll go civil wise. Fuck it. Fuck it. No, you don't beat me without recourse. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, so I hadn't really seen myself. I just was like, take pictures, blah blah blah. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, ooh. I was like, yeah, I guess we should go to the hospital. So yeah, and long story short, I ended up with multiple stitches in my mouth. Thankfully, the swelling's gone down a lot, but multiple stitches in my mouth, fractured nose, which hopefully will heal somewhat straightly. But there's really not much that they can do with that, and if it doesn't heal correctly, then they'll have to re-break it to try to fix it, but hopefully it'll heal well enough. And yeah, I ended up just losing my iPhone. I had 2 knives in my bag, an iPad, checkbook, wallet, all that shiz. So yeah, obviously the motivation was not robbery, it was just beating up a faggot. And they definitely live in my area because it was like 12:40 on a Thursday night. They were youngish, like I said, late teens, early 20s. They lived in the area, and I feel like they recognize me because I'm around the neighborhood all the time. So yeah, so pretty much my neighbors. And there's really no way for me to try to be 100% secure because it happened on my block about 7 houses down. So even if I take cabs home, which I do plan to take, they let me off at First and Bates, which I still have to walk those 8 houses up to my house. So what I've decided to do is when I get within a block to my house, and thankfully to one of my best girls, Cassie Danger Lily, who was so kind enough to order me one of these bad boys, a rainbow blade. And this is what I've been doing the last few days I've walked home. When I get to a block of my house, the iPhone goes in the bag, the blade comes out, extended, and down to my side. Because beat me once, shame on you. Beat me twice, I'm gonna cut you at least once, motherfucker.